the one we all want to know, the two biggest names on the card. 10-time Australian defending champion Novak Djokovic takes on Spanish wunderkid Carlitos Alcaraz. I cannot wait for this match, dude. What are your first takes or initial impressions?
Yeah, I mean, I think the favorite matchup that I can imagine right now is Sinner versus Alcaraz at a Grand Slam, but Djokovic Alcaraz is a close number two. The recent history, Djokovic has the last win between the two, right, at the Olympics.
Yeah, their head-to-head is 4-3 Djokovic.
Oof.
Carlos has the edge at Grand Slams. He's won the last two Wimbledons. He lost 2023 at Roland Garros. Um, the last win did go to Djokovic in Paris at the Olympics. But I think in
Mm.
this longer format, the 3 out of the 5, even with Djokovic's perfect body routine for him to decrease in age, I think you gotta give the physical edge to the young legs of Carlitos. If we see this get into like a fourth, fifth set, that's one factor. I don't think Djokovic is going to get tired by any means, but just the physicality of Carlitos. He's always now. There's no more like Djokovic has the mental edge. They're all afraid to play Djokovic. Even with Alcaraz being 21 years old, he's played him 7 times. He's played him in the biggest moments. He's beaten him in the biggest moments.
Mm.
There's going to be no fear factor built in. I think this is just going to be pure tennis. And I
Mm.
like the way both these guys looked coming in. I think against Draper, Alcaraz, obviously, like he was taking some unnecessary risks, but I think he knew Draper wasn't 100% physically, so he didn't really have to go all out. I think we're going to see a locked in Carlitos because obviously the respect factors there with Novak. And then Djokovic just has been mowing down checks left and right to get here.
Yeah, Djokovic was super impressive against Lehechka. I thought that was going to be a closer match if
Same.
Djokovic was going to play something similar to how he looked last year at Grand Slams, but he looked lights out.
Dude, that
Djokovic of old.
there was one point against Mahach that Mahach, I think, did like 5 splits in the rally. And it was literally like a 20-shot rally. I just wanted to bring that up so I could put that point over the clip in this because I watched it last night. I was like, this is actually insane. But no,
Mahach, as far as the who's going to wear the shortest shorts debate, Mahach beat Runa by far this tournament.
oh
So
yeah.
at least he had that going for him. Um, but yeah, Djokovic and Alcaraz right now, like at the AO, is such an important match because Djokovic wins. That means he's one step closer to 25 Grand Slams. And if Alcaraz wins, then he's one step closer to the career Grand Slam. Like
He's
the
got
AO
it.
is the one that he doesn't have. So they
Yeah.
both really want this win for their unique reasons. And I'm anticipating a 5-set blockbuster. Alcaraz is just going to pull it out. Djokovic is going to make him play his best tennis. But regardless of the result, I cannot wait to watch this. Even
I
though it's
know.
at 4:30, I am literally going to watch it and sacrifice my Tuesday. I don't care.
Yeah, we both got work in the morning. That's gonna throw us off. So you think it's gonna be a long one? You think it goes 4 or 5, or is that like your heart wanting a classic?
I genuinely think that 50-50, who comes out hotter, I'm not sure. I think there's a decent chance that Djokovic comes out and steals the first set, and then Alcaraz kind of plays catch up to his level like he can. Then if Alcaraz can find his best tennis at the right times, then he'll be able to come back in the match. But I don't think it's going to be smooth sailing for Alcaraz. I think it's going to be really, really close.
Yeah, I think I was trying to think about this. Like, it's a quicker hardcore. Djokovic has won this tournament 10 times. Obviously, he likes the surface. Alcaraz hasn't had not that this is like a weak surface for him. I think it's just not his strongest. So like so relatively he's like a little bit vulnerable at that more than at like Wimbledon or anything. But I don't know. If Alcaraz shows up, plays his best tennis, I think the change of the guard is there. I think he's got the torch
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so absolutely brutal draw for Djokovic. I mean, for him to have to go through Carlitos in the quarters, obviously this is going to be a grueling test, and then your reward is probably Sasha or super informed Tommy Paul, and then in the finals you're looking at Sinner, who should be able to recover. So that's three big matches against the three best players in the world. Obviously, him not playing other tournaments last year and his ranking drops, and now he's like 7-8 in the world. This
Hmm.
is his reward for that decisions. I think later if he gets his ranking up, he gets into that Taylor Fritz 4 seed and avoids these guys until like the semis and only has to win like one or two of these matches. Obviously, it's more likely for him to win a slam, but I think Carlitos is more capable of pulling off this insane run of taking down Djokovic, Zverev, and then Sinner.
Yeah, no, it's the same idea for both Alcaraz and Djokovic that they are going to have that for Zverev they're going to have one extra super tough match, but for Sinner Demon looks great, so I'm looking forward to Demon pushing Sinner, similar to our boy Holger really showed up. So at points, Holger was really pushing Sinner. But I still think that that's just a slightly different tier. Like Alcaraz or Djokovic are going to have to be three of the highest tier players in a row to win the major. So that's a tall order for anyone. I think Djokovic is like bring it on. Like
Yeah.
he is looking forward to this, as a huge challenge, as if he isn't accomplished enough. He's like, keep bring it on. Uh, you know, shut that Australian commentator up, put him in his place.
Well, I think
What
the
was
whole
that guy
talk.
thinking? He's like, he's a has been. It's just the three things. It wasn't like funny. I get what he was trying to do, like, but
Yeah, I think
boo to
people
that
are.
Australian guy.
Yeah, people are also just down on Djokovic because this is like last year was like the first year he hasn't won a slam in like God knows how long, probably like 10 years. But
Mhm. They're so quick to count him out because a lot of people don't like him for one reason or another.
well, I
They're
don't
like,
like
"Oh,
him.
thank God that Djokovic guy is done with." And it's like, and he's here on his revenge tour. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I think he sold his soul to the devil to be able to compete with Federer and Nadal, and he's still here. Like I don't know. You can like him, you can't not like him, but the guy wins, and he's
I just imagined like Elliot Loney doing his Djokovic impression. He's like, "You think I sold soul to devil? No, I work hard. Tell my physio how I sold my soul to devil to get here."
yeah. But
Um,
yeah, I
yeah,
think
I like Alcaraz winning it, but really close. And if Djokovic wins, won't be that upset because then I'll be excited to see him, you know, push for 25. Him versus Zverev is a crazy matchup, and then Djokovic Sinner, major revenge
oh
there
yeah.
that Djokovic should be looking for because that was, we know that wasn't informed Djokovic in that semifinal last year.
Yeah, I think this version of Djokovic this year is way more capable of than the version last year we saw, where he was dealing with some physical stuff and then got absolutely waxed in three against Yannick. I th I
I think it
think
was for
yeah,
it
he
was
did. I
like
think he did get a set. I think he got
a
that
super
third set.
dominant
Yeah,
dominant four sets though. But yeah,
yeah. But I think to wrap this up, I think people are going to see these names. I think they're going to want a good match, as you've said. I like going a little contrarian here and taking the under 40 and a half because that gives a little bit of flexibility because I think we might see some breaks. Both these guys aren't, when they're super locked in, it's hard to they're hard to give up a break. But
mm.
40 and a half is a lot of games where that under can hit if it goes 4 sets. As such a high total, that's like 10 games for each set. It's like obviously tiebreakers mix that up. But I do like Carlitos getting through here, probably in like 4 sets. But it's tough to go against Djokovic still at like 38. But I got to give it.
I would only go against Djokovic if his opponent's name were Alcaraz or Sinner right now. I would take Djokovic over the entire rest of the fields, even
Oh
Zverev,
yeah,
just barely. I would
I
take
think
Djokovic.
I think we have that 4 set where it's Sinner Alcaraz, then like Djokovic is like a close two, and then
Hmm.
Zverev is like wants to be in that conversation. And now we're at that stage of the tournament where we're gonna start finding the answers to that.
Show us what you
So
got.
super exciting
Yeah.
stuff. I cannot wait for that match.